Hi everybody, how are you all doing? This is Anusha and welcome to the fifth episode of Weekend Book Talks. First of all, I want to wish all of you a Merry Christmas. I hope you are enjoying the last week of 2020 and making some fresh new plans for the upcoming year. So that's what even I was doing. I was sitting and contemplating the year that went by, and especially when it comes to reading, I realized that I have actually formed quite a few new habits when it comes to reading. So I wanted to discuss about that with you guys today. So I'm not really new to reading. I've been reading from the time I was a very small kid. I grew up with books, so I tried different genres, I tried different ways of reading, but in the last few years, I had got a little busy and I was kind of stagnant when it comes to reading. I just read some bestsellers or any book that caught my eye. But 2020 gave us all a lot of time, so I thought, you know what, why not put it into the best use with respect to reading and try to form some new habits, and that's what I did, and I want to talk about it today. First new habit was I finally started reading on Kindle, the ebooks. So there is an age-old debate that is going on, ebook versus paperback, and everybody says which is better. No, real reading is in paperbacks and hardcovers. Even I was one of them. I actually owned a Kindle, but I never really wanted to open it and read it because I felt it's not giving me the reading experience. But because of the lockdown, I was not able to get hold of some of the books that I wanted to read. So I thought, you know what, let me just open Kindle and get some books from Amazon and start reading. And I read 10 ebooks this year, and some of them were actually some of my favorite books of this year, and trust me, it gave me the same experience. I enjoyed it just as much. In fact, it was a little more convenient in certain ways. Obviously, it doesn't take up a lot of space. And since we're used to reading on the screen, like mobile, laptop and all, Kindle reading was also not too much of a hassle. It was easy. And I think I've changed my mind now. I think I'm totally okay with reading ebooks if the need arises. Although my first preference will be a hardcover or a paperback book. The second new habit I formed is an extension of ebooks that is more blasphemous, which is audiobooks. So obviously a lot of people are like, no way, listening to audiobooks is not the same as reading books. But I started listening to audiobooks because I was listening to podcasts last year, and I thought if I can listen to podcasts, why not even try audiobooks? So that's what I started doing, and actually, it's not true that audio listening to a book doesn't count as reading, because it requires a lot of concentration when you're listening. Also, it's not like you can do some random multitasking work, because if your mind wanders, then you will lose what is happening in the book and you'll have to rewind back to that place again. Also, the key is to find the genre which works for you. So I found that in non-fictions, I was finding it quite difficult to read non-fiction. So I thought, why not listen to it? And that's worked out fantastically for me. I have listened to 14 audiobooks this year, and I am no mood to stop listening to audiobooks. I try to listen to at least one every month, and it works really great. So this is a habit that I really wish to continue in 2021 as well. So the third new habit I formed is an extension again, which is reading non-fiction. So apart from listening to non-fiction, I thought, you know what, I've been missing out on a lot of non-fiction books, because fiction and non-fiction is like two different worlds. There are a lot of different things to be learned from both the categories, and I wanted to have the best of both worlds. So I decided to start reading non-fiction as well. Of course, it was not really an easy journey. I had to find the books that I wanted, and especially because I was reading all these books related to feminism, it was interesting for me as well, and I realized that I could actually read non-fiction quite easily. Not very difficult, and I would not say that it's as easy as reading fiction also, but I've been able to read at least one non-fiction book a month, and that is also something that I wish to continue next year. The next habit that I formed in 2020 is reading two books at once, or even three books at once. So I used to always feel like, no, this is like too timing, you cannot do with two books at once. But I don't know why I had that thought in my mind, because once I actually started reading two books or multiple books at once, I realized that it's actually a great use of time, especially when you want to club different types of books like non-fiction and fiction, or different genres of books. It works great, it works really well, and I also could read more books this way. So I have come out of that mindset also, and I am definitely going to read multiple books at once from now on. The last, not a habit but a personal achievement that I had because of all these four things, was I was able to read 70 books already this year, which is like amazing first for me, because I used to read like hardly 25 books a year before this, and this year my goal was 50, but I surpassed everything and I have read already 70 books till now. It was possible because obviously of all these new habits. So if you are interested in any in starting any of these habits in 2021, and if you want any guidance or help from me, please do ask, please do ping. Also tell me what new habits you formed which you would like to share with other readers. That was my video for today. I'll see you all next week, next year, and hope you all have a great weekend. Hope you all have a great last week of 2020. See you all next week. Bye bye.